Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday night Q&A. So if you haven't been part of this stream before, then tonight is all about questions, answers. It's hard for me to get all of the questions in the comments of the videos. I do generally reply to every comment, but I almost never see replies to my reply. So if you have questions, this is the place to ask it. Great people in the chat that will help answer, and hopefully I'll see your question and help answer as well. So hope you all are doing well. It's now solidly spring here, which means everything's melting, which means all of our streets are full of massive puddles of water. Our cars are covered in brown sludge, and yeah, it's part of what we get to go through up here when you've got lots of snow to melt. But it has been beautiful, and it's making me really restless to go out and do stuff. I also need a haircut. Look how long my hair is. So long, and it's all puffy. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So, good evening. Hope you're all doing well. Ask questions in the chat. I'll try to answer them as we go, and yeah, we'll jump into this. I don't know if you've seen the. My kids now think I'm famous because they saw this video on Daily Dose of Internet, and all of a sudden I heard a bunch of scampering down the stairs, and they were like, Dad, you're famous. You just got featured on Daily Dose of Internet. Joe was like, yeah. He talked to me. He and I talked, and I gave him permission to use the video. So I'm glad he asked. I appreciated that. So anyway, I would say hi to some people in the chat, and then we'll get going. I know Aviation Fan, John Burnett, Ariel Fex, Liam was here way back. Brian is here. Eddie Nunez is here. Let's see, Intrigue. Night Train, hope you're doing well. Tommy Calloway, how you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. Kevin, the Basic Filmmaker. Man, it's good to see your screen name in the chat again. And Kim John, it's been spring in California for all winter. Yeah, you guys get a lot more spring than we do. I'll say that much. Yeah. Oh, Brian, stop trying to stir up trouble. Cognition, is that my real hair or is it green screen? So everything on my channel is green screen. And yeah, that's the rumor anyway. Michael Gibran, hi, good to see you. Dan Childs, nice to see you. So yeah, let me know in the chat where you're from, or in the comments where you're from. I'd love to know. But yeah, no, this is definitely my real hair. It's definitely silver enough and white enough to be mine. Look at that. Jeez. Anyway, I just haven't had time to go get a haircut. So, but yeah. I found out recently when I went to apply for something that this is officially the last year I can call my hair brown. The lady was nice, and she was like, I'll let it go this time, but next year you can no longer say your hair is brown. And I was like, dang it. But yeah. Cut your own hair last night. Definitely looks like you cut your own hair, Tommy. I know where you are, Tommy. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, and by the way, spring in Alaska is like, basically as soon as the temperatures go above freezing, we start considering it spring. We're like, yeah, it's above freezing. Now tomorrow night, or tonight or tomorrow night is supposed to be 5 or 6 degrees again. That's Fahrenheit, so well below 0 Celsius. But hopefully that's the last of the really cold weather, because it has been really cold a lot this year. I feel like I'm peaking. Anyway. Fiatra Brown, man, I hope I'm saying your name right. Any suggestions to improve sphere shots with the Mini 2? Every time you take one, parts of the image glitch and it doesn't line up. Interesting. Yeah, I definitely, with the Mini 2, to get the best sphere shots that I've tried at least, and I assume you're talking about like the 360 photos, is it has to be pretty calm. Like there can't be a lot of wind. And then anytime I start those, same thing with the Mavic 2 Pro, anytime I've started those of like, and the further away you are from Stuff Help, but anytime I start those, it's like I'll start it and then put the controller down and make sure I don't accidentally bump anything while it's doing its thing. So, but yeah. Kim, the question is, what's freezing? Freezing for you is like 45, 50. Yeah, for us, much colder than that. Like 60 to 70 degrees colder than that is freezing, what we consider freezing. Kevin, or you could just wait for my course if it if it ever comes out. It's coming. I have I think it's a little over halfway films ish. Yeah, so I'm getting closer. Let's see. That's like asking A or A. Yeah, that's right. A or yeah. Eli Loudon, are you allowed to fly drones at Matanuska Glacier? So technically, yes. But most of the places you go to get access to Matanuska Glacier is private property, which you need the permission of the owner to take off on private property. He generally doesn't give permission because he doesn't want to harass everybody that comes there to see the glacier. But yeah, it's not a national park. It's not like a wilderness preserve or anything like that. So it's legal to fly over. You have to figure out where you can take off from safely and fly over it safely. And I will say, a lot of aircraft fly over that. A lot of small aircraft fly over that. So be very careful when you're flying out there. But hey, Phantom Flight 101. Singzivity, you have a Pocket 2 and cannot seem to get cinematic shots. Any tips? What settings should you use? Singzivity, so if you saw my recent Pocket 2 video about the lenses and ND filters from Freewell, that a big part of making your footage look good is using ND filters to control the shutter speed. You want to make sure the shutter speed is 2 times your frame rate. So if you're filming at 24, it needs to be 48 or 50. And if you're filming at 30, it needs to be at 60. Your shutter speed should be at 60. That helps it look better. And then it's all about practicing your movements. And so, where's my Pocket 2? Oh, it's over there. Anyway, so don't just like film everything at eye level and hold it up here, but like, get down close to stuff or slide away from, come from a tree and come from behind the tree to reveal whatever's out there. That will help a lot. And then, make sure there's motion and movement in a lot of your shots, as far as the movement of the gimbal, the Pocket 2 itself, to make sure stuff is moving and changing around. So, yeah. Hey, Matt PG. Let's see. Kevin, did I see the video by 51 Drones on the company that's suing the FAA for the new drone rules? Yes, I did. I hope they're successful on a few, most of their points. I think pushing back against more bureaucracy is always a good thing. I don't know how successful they will be on most of it, but I would like them to be successful on some of the remote ID broadcast requirements and who has access to that broadcast information. It shouldn't be anybody. So a lot of people have likened it like it's a license plate. No big deal. You have a license plate on your car. And that's true to some extent, but being the fact that it gives off location data, and you are otherwise occupied when you're flying a drone, it could, cause problems. Because people could go, oh, there's somebody flying a drone and they're over there. I'm going to go scream at them because I don't like the fact they're flying in a drone in an otherwise legal area to fly. So, yeah. Cognition, FX3 and A7S3 are the same thing. Yeah, they are basically the same thing, but the FX3 would be better in some instances than others because you can bolt stuff to it. So if you're building out a camera rig, like external battery, monitor, focus gears, all that kind of stuff, then the FX3 would be a little bit better than the A7S3 because you can mount stuff right to the body and give yourself a little more flexibility. Night Train, take a hike and send it. Yeah, that's right. Take a hike and send it. Yeah, you could do that too. Loving the new Mac M1 Mini Final Cut Pro X. Not too much. Went back to Premiere. Matt PG. Oh, that's too bad. I know. Yeah, I guess I hear in the latest version of Premiere it's pretty good. They made some updates and it's been pretty nice. I like Final Cut. It's what I know, so I'm comfortable with it. I don't really care for Premiere that much, but I haven't spent a lot of time on it either, so I can't be honest, and go, yeah, Final Cut's better than Premiere or the other way around because I don't know enough about Premiere to really make a call like that. I will say I do like the Mac M1s, the Mini M1, and I've been tempted for a while now to get one just to process footage, because every time I pull my footage into the computer, I transcoded all the ProRes so that it's smooth and easy to edit in Final Cut Pro. And I'm like, man, if I had an M1 Mini here, I could upload all my footage onto my hard drives there and have Final Cut on it, and have Final Cut basically transcode everything really quickly, and then put it on my main computer and edit it after it's been transcoded. Plus, that means I could edit a project while another project is being transcoded, which, I have one computer. It's a laptop. And so if everything is like, once I'm like uploading footage, I can't do anything else on the computer. I mean, I can do other things, but I can't do anything else video-wise on the computer, because all the resources are being using for transcoding. And it won't transcode while I'm doing anything else. So it'd be kind of nice to have a Mini M1 to just do that, like just as a footage offloader and transcoder it'd be sweet. Anyway, Cognition. Let's see. Sunrise Water Media. Yeah, let's see if I missed. Sorry if I missed. Let's see. I did miss some things. Michael Gibran, A7S III or FX1 for filmmaking. The 24-70 GM is a great lens, Michael. It's just expensive, and I don't like to spend that much money, but it's an excellent lens. Yeah. Liam, you had the chance to get an A7 III for $600, didn't grab it, and it was gone within 2 minutes. Oh, man, yeah, that's a good deal on that camera. Singzivity, in the middle, something not too expensive in the middle, camera for vloggers. I mean, if you just want a cheap, an inexpensive-ish camera for vlogging, the Sony ZV-1. Great place to start. Now, if you want to get a little bit better, then get I would say get the A6400 with a kit lens. Actually, yeah, get the A6400 with a kit lens. That's a good one too. Let's see. Race day CODs, awesome. So I know somebody asked me, Cognition, am I getting the A1, the Alpha 1? No, I'm not, but I am going to try and get my hands on one to test and review, because I do want to try it out. But yeah, it's not, I don't need 90% of that camera. I just don't need, so I'm not going to buy one. It is intriguing. I am looking forward to sometime this summer, hopefully buying the A7 IV, because that will be a good camera for me. Yeah. Hey, Agent J, you just finished cutting the grass? Wow, you have grass? Our version of cutting the grass right now would be a snow shovel and shoveling to clear the snow. Kim Jong, you broke your mini arm. Should you take it to a store or return it? Any suggestions? You can get a mini arm replaced or repaired by somebody pretty easily and pretty cheaply. I would just do that personally. That's what I would do. Unless you have Care Refresh or something like that, you could send it to DJI. But like a mini arm is like $20 or something. So, and it take about an hour of labor for somebody to replace it. So it's relatively inexpensive. Should be. Bob Casey, the Sloan Ranger. That's right, the Sloan Ranger. Organization is just events, libraries, etc. Yeah, Matt, that did take me a while to figure out how to do my organization. So, let's see. Brad Elston, nice to see you. I don't like writing proxies. I don't use proxies. Well, that's not true. I've used proxies on a couple projects. There was a project that was 3 days of conference that had, like an hour to 2 hours at a time, and there were 4 camera angles. So for that, I used proxies because I just couldn't, there's no way I could edit anything else. But other than that, I don't use proxies. Hey, Harrison Family Vlogs. That reminds me. Affiliate link for the Sony ZV-1. Let me find that, Kevin. Hold on. It's coming. Harrison Family Vlogs reminded me. This is a brand new, unopened, unused Tamron 17-70. So this is an APS-C lens for Sony cameras. It's one I reviewed, and I'm actually a huge fan of it. I just don't have any APS-C cameras. So if you want, if some moderator can take care of that person, never mind, I got it. Anyway, if you want to purchase this lens for, I think I'm gonna probably like $700, shipping included if you're in the United States. If you're not in the United States, then we'll have to work something out. But I'm gonna sell this for $700. So it's brand new, never been used, straight from Tamron. It's a really, really good lens for Sony APS-C. But they sent it to me as part of a deal for a ad that I shot for them, and I mean, I appreciate it, and I love the lens. I just don't have anything that works in APS-C right now. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Sony's EV1 affiliate link. So if you're interested in checking out the Sony's EV1 and you want to also use an affiliate link, there it is. Did I use the motion controller for DJI? Not yet. I have not. Harrison, Family Vlogs, you asked about APS-C lenses on the A7C. It works well. You still get really good... oh, thank you, Kevin. You still get really good... And by the way, Harrison Family Vlogs, thank you for the super chat or super sticker. I don't know why my stuff isn't showing up very well right now. But anyway, let's see. Okay, I skipped to the bottom of the chat. I don't know, aviation bots come in here and they do that. So yeah, it is what it is. So the A7C and the A7 III are both good cameras that work well in APS-C mode for video. They work okay for photos, but you're only getting like an 8 to 10 megapixel photo. I can't remember. I think it's 10 megapixels. So that's like, it's not quite that good. But they both do work, like for video, all that. You get the low light performance of a full frame lens or a full frame camera and all that. So yeah, it's not a bad thing for sure. So no. So because I don't have the A7C, I only right now I only have the A7S III, and because it's 12 megapixels full frame, it doesn't really do APS-C mode. I mean, it kind of does, but not super well. So Lon, yeah, I wish, man, I wish I could give it away. I'd have to like figure out some insane sort of competition contest to give something like that away. But yeah. So, but the A7C will do APS-C mode. It will do APS-C mode, and you'll still get full pixel readout of 4K, and you'll get like 8 to 10 megapixel photos, which are not bad. I used, in fact, Harrison, Andre, if you want to look at the video I did of the A7 III compared to the A7C, I used the A7C with this lens. Oh, and actually, the review of this lens, I used the A7C for a bit of it because it did APS-C mode. But yeah, the A7 III versus the A7C video has a lot of footage shot with this lens. Pretty much all the A7C footage was with this lens. So if you want to see what it looks like in APS-C mode, that's what it looks like. But it does work. So, but yeah, if you're wanting to jump into full frame, that it wouldn't be a bad way to go. Agent J. Yeah, editing is a bear. It is. Cognition, how else do I monetize nature imagery other than having a YouTube channel? I don't really right now, Cognition, but I am going to be building up a stock footage portfolio that I'll put out there. I just have other things on the burner right now that I can't take away from until they're done. One, namely being the drone course, teaching people how to fly drones, and like from very beginner to getting people competent at flying drones, and then also teaching videography and photography using drones. So that's taking up all of my free time right now. Just crazy. All that cold, good for the skin. I don't know about that, but I also missed that comment. Apparently, I don't know where that comment. Oh, lawn. Yeah, exactly. Well, the cold, and then now because I've been out in the sun on the snow, so I've actually started to get some color in my face again, which is, yeah, interesting. Brad Alston. What happened, Brad? Did you get sunburned? Fall down? You're welcome, Sammy and Tommy. Drone expert. You were thinking of international travel videos. Which drone would I be bringing with you? I would bring the Mini 2. It's over there. But yeah, I would the Mini 2. Man, the Mini 2 has been there. There have been a couple of shoots that I've done recently where I've taken the Mavic 2 Pro because they've been commercial shoots and I need to deliver the best quality possible. Plus, they needed 10-bit, so the Mavic 2 Pro. But the Mini 2 is in my camera bag constantly, and it's a great little drone. It's really good. So yeah, that's what I would do. Plus, the Mini 2 looks like a toy. So when you're going into countries where they might be a little bit more strict about drones, or they might be worried about drones, and you just never really know, the Mini 2, for the most part, regulations wise and otherwise, it just looks like a toy drone to most people, and it falls under the category of like, oh, you have to register it, or if you have to get special licenses and stuff like that. So the Mini 2 for sure. Night Train and DJI FPV. Yeah, maybe DJI FPV, but it just depends. Oh man, I'm still like, I'm trying to put together a full deep dive review and like beginner guide for that drone, and I'm still, it's just, I don't know. It's weird. It's not a bad drone. It certainly works. I mean, the video I put out yesterday with all the like FPV versus normal drone, a bunch of that was from the DJI FPV drone, or a fair amount of it was from the DJI FPV drone. But yeah, it's just, I think I finally got the settings now where I'm liking them, so I can fly it. I feel like I can fly it like I kind of want to. It just, yeah. Anyway, it's hard. Like, you come from, what's the way I could describe it? Like, it's coming from like driving a Ferrari or a Corvette, or well, Corvette probably is better analogy, to driving Grand Am. I don't know. I shouldn't have done that. That was a bad analogy. I don't know enough about cars to really go down that road, but it just, not a Grand Am, like a Lincoln. There we go. It's like going from driving a Corvette to driving a Lincoln is the difference for me, coming from my drones to the DJI FPV drone. It's not a bad drone. It's just different. It's just different. Anyway, you brought your original Mavic Air, had no problems, full time for a year. Would flying the Mavic 2 be an upgrade? Yes, Sammy and Tommy. The Mavic 2 is better image quality. It's more than double the flight time. So it's a lot more flight time. Now you lose obstacle avoidance and you lose the tracking features, but you can do orbits and dronies and stuff. So yeah. Plus you gain a whole bunch of space because you have such a smaller thing. And you can charge it via USB-C, which I really, really like. So yeah. But if you need tracking, like if you want to track yourself doing stuff, then the Mavic Air 2. I would do the Mavic Air 2. So yeah. Ouch, Brad. Oh, sorry to hear that. I'm glad you're getting better. Eddie, the FPV video is really informative. Thanks, Eddie. I appreciate that. I kept wanting to cut it down because I was like, dear Lord, 20 minutes is so long. Then I was like, but it is really good information. It's solid information. It just, anytime you do a long video like that, you're kind of like, But, I mean, if people want to really decide if they want to do FPV, including the DJI FPV drone, or if they want to do, a GPS drone, stabilized drone, then they should be able to answer their question by the end of that video. Night Train, you're a 4-year FPV pilot with a camera drone on the side for fun. I hope I don't kill it too fast. Night Train, with your skill set, you won't have a problem. You won't kill it. Just, go high until you kind of figure out like the rolls and the loops as far as how fast or technically how slow it recovers, and then you'll be good to go. But yeah, I really messed with the stick settings, the sensitivity settings, and the expos to get it to fly more the way I want it to fly, and it's better. Once I did that, once I kind of found that, it's definitely much better. I feel more comfortable doing more acrobatic stuff with it, for sure. So. Let's see. Agent J, you're definitely eyeing that Tamron lens next to me. All right, Agent J. I'll probably be putting it up on Gear Source. Yeah, Gear Source tomorrow, because I mean, I kind of hate to part with it because it's a really nice lens. It really does a good job. It just, I don't have a use for it. I'm not going to use it as much as it needs to be used to make it something. So, Cognition. Do you have an opinion on the Autel Evo 2? Not yet. I haven't tested one yet. I'm working on it. Autel and I have been talking, and so hopefully I'll be able to get a hold of one soon to test and try it out. Night Train FPV, the rates. Yeah, kind of once I got the stick gain, the stick expo set where I wanted it, and the rates, DJI's rates set where I wanted them, I have been much happier with the way it feels and the way it responds. It's still nothing close to, still not close to my built drones that I built, but it's better, much better than I originally started out with. I don't know, Eddie. There's a lot of them. So let's see. We're currently, Sammy telling me you're currently using the A6500, loving it, thinking of upgrading to the A7S III, or wait for the A7 IV full frame, improve low light would be nice to have. Which one to get? I would wait, Sammy and Tommy. If you can wait for 3 months, wait, because that'll probably be around when the A7 IV comes out. So the A7 IV, I'm guessing, will be in like the $2,400 to $2,500 price range US. So it's cheaper than the A7S III. It probably will have 4K 60. It probably have maybe some sort of 10-bit video, and it'll probably be like a 30 to 36 megapixel sensor, and it should be fantastic. So I would wait if you can wait. Play us some tunes on those guitars. Oh, Tommy. I know for a fact those two guitars are not in tune right now. So, yeah. Thanks, Steve Carpenter. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, man. Do you have a video on video editing? I do have a video on editing drone videos, but not on like editing videos in general. I'm starting to work on some of those kinds of videos, like a behind the scenes video of how I go out and shoot the videos I shoot, and then part of that will be like, okay, now we're gonna sit down and edit that video and put it together. And so, yeah. Kevin, you second the guitar comment. Listen. You guys are gonna, yeah. I played my acoustic on a stream a while ago, because, yeah. Anyway, probably not going to tonight, though. So. Yeah, Lon, you're right. Exactly. That's what I did, too. I put mine up to like 700 something, and then I was like, oh no, that does not work. So then I pulled it back down. I think I'm in the 450 to 500 range, if I remember right. And the Expo went down to like 0.5 or 0.6, I think. Yeah. And I'm still kind of playing with the Expo a little bit. Paul Feinberg, this is a Tamron 17 to 70 that I'm going to be putting up on Gear Source. It's brand new, never been used, hasn't been opened, from Tamron. But yeah, so let's see. You're welcome, Sammy and Tommy. I'm always glad I can help, and glad to hear that I do help, because sometimes I wonder. More FPV drone footage. That last video was epic. Thank you. So the last video I started with this shot here, and then there's a whole bunch of other shots. If you want to go watch the first 2 minutes of the video, it's worth it, just because the shots are pretty sweet. Plus, you get to see me actually wreck my FPV drone in that ice cave there. But yeah, I just wanted to. Yeah, and there's other footage on there you haven't seen in any other videos yet that I shot recently, which is pretty sweet, I think. There's a relationship you have to juggle with all three. Yeah, exactly, Lon. And it's interesting. It's not the same as setting. There's something else going on in there that feels different to get the settings set right. H&J. Yeah, so that diving in shot to this cave is like up to 1.6 or 1.7 million views, and it's been shared all over Reddit and Instagram and other places because apparently people really like that particular shot. Big change from your FPV quads. Yeah, Night Train, it will be. But I gotta say, the nice thing about it, like the video feed from the DJI FPV drone is better than anything else I've ever used. Even the DJI digital system, it's better. It's really nice that way. And the fact that you have so much confidence to be able to fly away and you have really good strong signal link is really great. And the fact that it's going to come back if something happens, it just, man, it's nice. So, this is what I was going to say, Night Train. When you go to fly it, when you go in manual mode, when you're coming back to land, put it back in normal mode or hit the pause button and then fly it and land it in normal mode. It does not like to land in FPV in full-on manual mode. Did I say manual mode? So put it in normal mode and land it in normal mode because it does not like to land in manual mode. It's either that or I'm just trying to land in really weird spots that it does not like, which is probably also partly the case, that I'm always trying to land on some place that's not perfectly level and it's not very solid or stable. But yeah, just save yourself some props and, other stuff by landing it in normal mode. So oh geez, Night Train, have you been using the Orcas? Yeah. Yeah, you're in for a treat as far as the visuals of it. Like, it's incredible. The view through the goggles, the DJI goggles, is just insane. You will really enjoy that. This is where I really do like the FPV drone from DJI for going and exploring places and like just cruising around, kind of flying. Like, it's awesome for that. It's really great for that because it's visually, like, the video feed to the goggles is insanely good. Ken Heron, the Sloan Ranger, does strike again, and I will be striking with Ken Heron on Thursday Night Live tomorrow night on Ken Heron's channel. So if you are not if you don't know who Ken Heron is, you can join us live tomorrow night and see me try to tell a few good jokes, which I have yet to put together. But yeah, I'll be joining Ken, co-hosting Thursday Night Live tomorrow night on Ken Heron's channel. So hopefully I'll see most of you there. Yeah, Agent J. And for whatever reason, my FPV drone's up there. But every time I've tried to land it in manual, like, I'll come down and land, and it will flip over. Like, it, and one time I know I was trying to land on a slope. But the other time I was trying to land, it was relatively level on my landing pad, and it still flipped over. And so I'm either doing something wrong or the drone just does not like to land in manual mode. So I just flip it into normal, pop my goggles off, which is nice, and then fly it back and land it when I get close to myself. Yeah. I've seen that, Bob Casey, that Dobo has printed some landing gear for it. And yeah. Yep. Let's see. The Ken Heron. That's right, Liam. Yeah. Let me see if I can find that for you, Kevin. I hopefully he has a link up, but we'll see. I don't know if he has a link up yet. Oh, he doesn't have a link up yet. So, but this is his channel. This is Ken Heron's channel. So this is where I'll be co-hosting a live stream tomorrow. Very different live stream from this, but a fun live stream nonetheless. And if you want to hear like the latest news, what's going on in the drone world, that's he's got a great news segment. And yeah. Let's see. Should be a fun one. Yeah. Flip it into normal, land it. Like they say in manual. That's yeah, Lon. We won't talk about that. Yeah. I've already been through a set of props because of that. That's what I thought, Ken. That's why I shared the channel link. So, let's see. So, be live there tomorrow. Starts the same time as this stream. So, whatever time this stream starts for you, same time tomorrow on his stream. And I'll be pushing it out on my social media here tomorrow too. So, yeah. Let's see. You're sorry if you missed earlier. You already answered any Mavic 3 updates, rumors. No, Mark, unfortunately not yet. The big rumor and the big update that we know is coming next is the Mavic Air 2S, or just the Air 2S. I cannot for the life of me figure out DJI's naming conventions. I don't know if they can figure out their naming conventions yet, but the Mavic Air 2S is coming next. It'll likely have like OcuSync 3.0, maybe a little bit better flight time, different camera sensors, so maybe an improvement in the camera sensor, and maybe better obstacle avoidance, but OcuSync 3, and I think maybe be compatible with the DJI FPV goggles now. But yeah, be nice if it was compatible with the little DJI FPV remote. The FPV remote would be kind of nice to have for travel stuff, but yeah. Anyway. Let's see. A7 III and the M1 Max systems. Can the new M1 chips handle larger file sizes? Yes, Kenny. They are insanely efficient at processing video and photo stuff. It's ridiculous how efficient they are. Really, really, really efficient at handling that kind of stuff. So, let's see. DJI name conventions are interesting. Yes, they are. You figured, let's see, Kenny B, I figured you know about high picture senses because of my location. Landscapes may be beautiful where they are. Yes, they are beautiful. I've used the A7R3 a few times and an A7R4 a few times, and they're fantastic. The photos out of them are great, super detailed. I love the ability to be able to crop in and move it in post. But the problem is, like, for me, it's way more than what I need. Unless I need it, I'll get one for a shoot or something. But the A7S III also takes really great photos. Maybe they're not quite as detailed, they're not quite as crisp as the R3 or the R4, and you can't crop in quite as much if you don't frame it right in camera. But they're fantastic photos either way, and for social media they're great. So Tommy Calloway ordered a stream deck so you can play air horns and stuff over your live stream soon. Wait, you can do that on a stream deck? I didn't know that. I should program that in. I have a little stream deck here. Yeah, I'm using it to switch stuff. I guess I don't have anything to switch to. I could switch to Safari. Anyway. That's cool. All right, Liam. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. No problem, Mark. I'll send you a reply to your email here as soon as the stream's done, too, by the way. So, 51 drones! You're in the right room, Russ. Good video today, by the way. Yes, this is the Godzilla vs. Kong premiere. I'm going to reenact the entire movie for you verbatim using 2 small dinosaurs from my kids' play toys. Yeah, now you might be disappointed if that's what you're looking for. So, hey, so Russ, 51 Drones. If you don't know 51 Drones, he's another mostly drone and tech focused channel. Great channel. But he does a great job of breaking stuff down, like the rules and the regulations that are coming and stuff like that. So he put out a great video today. I think it was today, or it might have been yesterday, but I'm pretty sure it was today. about the lawsuit against the FAA if you're interested in finding out more about that. But 51 Drones, I'm curious, are you doing anything with the DJI FPV drone, or are you just looking the other way and waiting for the Air 2S to come out, or the Mavic 3 Pro? Agent J, slider B-roll? That'd be difficult, because the slider is here, so here's the slider B-roll. Because I don't have anything on it right now. I didn't set it up for tonight's stream. Now I'm thinking like, oh man, I should have. But yeah. Your kid toys, sure. That's right, Russ. They're totally my kid toys. My kids' toys, not my toys. They're their toys. So you got more lights today. Nice, Tommy. That's kind of what I figured, Russ. I didn't think you'd be super interested in the FPV drone. It's definitely getting an interesting mixed reaction as far as the reception for it. It has a place. Cognition, this is the iFootage Nano, Shark Slider Nano. I did a video about it. It's somewhere on my channel. See if I can find it for you real quick. But yeah, it's a good, it's a travel slider. It's a good budget travel slider, I guess is what I would say. Like, I mean, obviously you can get better performance by spending like 6-7 times as much, but this is the review I did of it there, Cognition, so you can see it for yourself. So yeah, but it's good. I like it a lot because it's small, compact travel size. You can power it via NPF batteries, and you'll see it on the video, but I like using it. It's perfect for what I do. Now, if you want to, it may not be perfect for you, but that's why I made a video for you. You can decide. Let's see. Kevin, yeah, Kevin's done a video about it too, and it's a great slider. Like it's super solid as far as its build quality and all that. It does have limitations as far as the focal lengths you can use. Like you can't put a 300-400 millimeter lens on there and be like, oh yeah, it's perfectly smooth. But one thing I've noticed is if you put a heavier lens on here, like longer focal lenses that are heavier, front heavy, if you put a plate on your camera so that you can set the camera back so that it's more balanced front to back on the slider, it does better, and you can get away with more. It's just you want to keep your camera somewhat balanced over the slider so that it doesn't have to work hard against it, so to speak. B-Man FPV, hey, nice, glad to hear it, B-Man. Thanks for saying hi, appreciate it. Best purchase you made in the past 2 months is the new Aputure smart bulbs, Russ. Oh man, I'm jealous that I saw you post those. I was like, dang it, I need to get some. I do want to put some floor lamps in down here, and I really want to get the Aputure bulbs or do some hanging lights or something. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. Yeah, you're welcome, Cognition. I think that goes for everybody. Anything that they like. If you want to get the best performance out of any motorized camera, anything, slider, gimbal, or anything like that, the better you balance the camera on it so that it's not having to work against, really lopsided load, the better performance you're going to get. So, yeah. But yeah, I really like it. It is a great little slider. And when you put it on a tripod, you get a lot of travel for as small size as it is. But if you want to put it on a desk, you can, and you get, is it 400 millimeters of range or 200 millimeters of range, whatever that works out to be in inches. That's what it is. Yeah. Let's see. John wants to know what I think about remote ID. So there's things that I'm not excited about remote ID. I am excited about the changes to daytime waivers, to flying over people. to testing because my renewal is coming up next month, and so I should be in the first group that gets to go through the new recurrent training and not have to go down to FSDO or something and test to get my recurrent Part 107. That's if the FAA can roll it out fast enough. I don't know if they will or not, so we'll see. It's going to be right on the line because they were like April 6th, and now I think they're like April 20 something. Russ, do you know what they're saying now about when the new like online test will take effect for people who need recurrent training? Because if it works out, I want to be in that category. I don't want to, yeah. Anyway, but I'm really excited about the fact that now we can basically take online training and be able to then fly at night and then also be able to fly over people. That's exciting. And not so much the flying over people part for me. It's just not a lot of people up here to fly over. So, but flying at night, I'm very excited about that because, I started working through the process of applying for my daylight waiver, and I was like, it's such an involved process. It's a big process, and I realized really quickly that like it's going to be a bear to get it. And then when they rolled out the new changes, I was like, I might as well just wait and see what happens. So, Paul, you still have to take your Part 107. Yeah, it's a lot of studying up in the beginning. So. 21st. Yeah, that's what I thought. So I'm hoping because I've got all the way till the very last day of April before I have to go take a recurrent test. So I'm really hoping they roll it out. I really, really want to take the new system. Let's see. Carlos, you're an enthusiast. You currently own a Nikon D3500. You brought it to learn the basics of photography, and you feel like you're ready to upgrade to full frame mirrorless. Fantastic. So Carlos, if you already have Nikon lenses, like if you've got 3, 4, 5 lenses that you want to stay in the Nikon ecosystem, I would look at the Z6 II or the original Z6. Both of those are excellent cameras. They're essentially like Nikon's version of an A7 III. They're very close. Tommy Calloway, if he's still in the chat, I know he used a Nikon Z6 a lot, and he was always pretty happy with it. So, yeah. So yeah, the A7 III is great. I would wait because they'll probably release something new soon. And if you're going to do mostly video work, well, you're saying photography, so the A7 III would be good. But yeah, Richmond Ariels, your waiver was denied. Yeah, I submitted once and I was denied, and so I was working through the changes, and then that's right around when they rolled out like, hey, this is what remote ID is going to be. This is what new daytime waivers are going to be like. And so I was like, oh, well, I'll wait. I don't need to fly at night. I just want to, commercially. 51 Drones, you saw the TikTok on grocery prices. Are they really that insane? Yes, they are. Not necessarily here where I am. They are expensive here. All of our food prices in Alaska are high because pretty much all of it is shipped in. And so they are higher than anywhere else. But yeah, as soon as you go off the road system, the prices go way up, way up, insanely high, because they're all of the food off the road system is all flown in via 737s, Cessna Caravans. I mean, it gets expensive quick. Let's see, Dana Childs, hey. Yeah, me too. I'm very excited about the changes to that. The parts I'm not excited about, I'm still not excited about the way that they're looking at like broadcasting and who will have access to that information. I know right now they're like, oh, it'll just be law enforcement, but I don't. It's not going to stay that way. And just the idea that people can look at a drone and go blip with their smartphone and go, oh, it's that person over there. I'm going to go yell at them now because I don't like the fact that they're flying a drone makes me nervous. I mean, I've had people on this channel go after me about flying in national parks, which I have never done, and I won't because it's illegal. But because I fly in places that look like national parks, people assume I'm flying in a national park, and they've just like gone after it to where they're like quoting, section this of Title this makes what you're doing illegal, and I'm having to go, I mean, not having to, but I'm quoting back to him going, well, that's true if I was in any of those areas, but I'm not. And, you know, so I've gotten letters from officials asking where I was flying, and I'm not doing anything illegal, and I'm not doing anything wrong, but the fact that then I have to go respond to those official requests, it just, you know, it's a pain. So anyway. Yeah, exactly, Beeman. Most of the places I fly, it won't be an issue. It's just like, it won't be an issue at all because I'm miles from anybody else. So yeah, but I do fly other places, and yeah. Paul, you always just thought it was green screen? Well, you know, you bring up an interesting point. I may just start doing everything green screen from now on. And then that'll eliminate the problem. I won't even have to get a Part 107. I'll just green screen in stock footage from places. So, yeah. Hey, Nate. You're an audio engineer. You fall in love with drones and video. What are the rumors on audio solutions for aerial stuff, like propeller noises, etc.? You mean like to get rid of propeller noises? Or what? I mean, the drones that are out there now are pretty quiet. The Mini 2 is really quiet. I can fly it 10 feet away, talk to a camera 18 inches away, and you can't really hear the drone. So, yeah. Agent J, yeah, they are. And, you know, the problem is, like, they may or may not know what they're talking about. Most of the time, they don't. Because if they did know what they were talking about, they would know that a lot of the stuff they see is not illegal, but they don't know what they're talking about, so they assume it's illegal and they make a big stink about it. And anytime something like that is done where, you know, it's gone through channels to be reported or something like that, then, you know, it's the responsibility of that enforcing agency to have to follow up on that and make sure that it's all okay. And so, you know, it is what it is. Oh, instead of overdubbing audio? There's nothing really out there that will work like that, Nate, unfortunately. So the best thing you could do is, like, I made a video about a binaural audio recording rig that I built for, it's about $120. And I will record audio with that in the same locations, pointing the same directions, maybe making some of the same movements as the drone if I want to put audio that's like location specific, realistic stereo audio. Then that's what I do, and then I put it in post. So it's a two-step process. Film what I need to film with the drone, and then capture the audio I need to capture with the audio, and put it together in post. If that makes sense. Interesting. Cognition. Yes, it has, unfortunately. And there's a lot of people shouting and screaming, and not a lot of people listening. So, unfortunately. Kevin, I know you don't know anything about it, right? Nothing. You never get haters in your comments. You know what? I bet 51 Drones never gets haters in his comments either. So, yeah. Anyway, see you, Russ. Thanks for stopping by, man. Hope you're doing well. I got to wrap the stream up here in a few minutes anyway. So, yeah. There's Paul Feinberg. Producer Paul is signing out, which means he's heading over to his live stream that he's got to get going on Original Dobos channel here in a few minutes. So, yeah. Agent J, I think the only reason that YouTube would delete Kevin again is if he started talking about cryptocurrency again. Wang, the best ND filters for the Mini 2, the best is subjective. It's always subjective. But for the price and the value you get, I really highly recommend Freewell filters. They're fantastic quality. They're really, really durable. They're built really well. And their price is good. They're not the cheapest. They're not the most expensive either. But they're very good. And I think I made a review about them. I think, or maybe I did. Maybe it's in my accessories video. So, but yeah, let me find it here because I know I've got a video about it. I just need to find the video. Here we go. It's these one in this video here is really good. these are what I use in that video there. There's also an affiliate link in the description if you want to use it. So, see you over there, B-Man. Oh, yeah. John Burnett, is the wide lens attachment worth getting for the Sony ZV-1? Not really, in my opinion, John. Yeah, not really, in my opinion. I think the better thing to get is a GorillaPod or a not a selfie stick actually probably would work, but something just to push it out a little further away from you. That's what I would do, rather than putting another lens on front of the lens that's on it. So yeah. You know, Kevin, I might maybe I should do some personal coaching on how to wrap up a live stream. How would that go over well for you? Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah, no cryptocurrency on this channel. Let's see. Thanks, Fadan. I was just looking at Fadan Media. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Dan Childs. Let's see. I think I got pretty much everybody's questions. If I missed a question, please ask it again, because sometimes the chat goes fast and I don't get the chance to catch them. Last glance. Thanks for the wisdom. You've helped me out tremendously in upping your videos. Awesome. I'm so glad to hear that last glance. Really glad to hear that. Thank you. Thank you very much. My opinion, would I say Sony have nice cameras or has nice cameras? I would say that Sony makes great cameras. Probably has, if I use that verbiage. Let's see. Art of Simple Golf. Great stuff. Circles. Trying to find a second camera. What do you use for your first camera now? Oh, you have a Sony a6400? GoPro Max. You need easy? GoPro Max is pretty easy. Definitely a good camera. Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad way to go. And it's kind of nice. You can just stick it somewhere and capture the 360 if you want to, and then, bring it down to whatever you need. So yeah, the GoPro Max is right now at this point, I think it's probably the only GoPro that I would recommend very much, because it has better colors. I think it's the best camera GoPro makes at the moment, in my opinion. Agent J will be waiting for that lens. Great. You're Agent J. All right. Yeah, keep an eye on Twitter. I'll be tweeting it out as soon as it's posted. Let's see. I think the Mavic 3 drones will come out this September. Probably, QWERTY. It's probably summer to late summer release is when they're looking at, is my guess. If they're doing the A7 or the Air 2S now, then that's my bet. I call you Richard Kevin. Oh my gosh. Sorry, Donzi. I don't know what that means. So I'll look this up really quickly in Google Translate and we'll see. I wish YouTube would be able to just... Which camera captured Lord of the Rings? Oh man, I have no idea. Probably Alexa, Arri Alexas. That's my guess, but I have no idea off the top of my head, to be honest. Art of Simple Golf. Is the Insta360 better? No, it's smaller. It's not better, but it is different. So the Insta360, you definitely have to do a little bit more work in post to work with it, because you've got to use the app. So the GoPro Max is a little bit better user experience that way. I would go that direction. It's a little easier. So, and it records MP4, so you don't have to transcode it using Insta360's software. So, but I do like the X2 is a great one. Daniel Dong, do I have any Osmo Action 2 generation? I do not. I'm hoping they release one this year, but so far nothing. So, let's see. Zazen, anybody asked yet, but should you wait for the A7 IV for the 4K 60? Or it's planning to come out in a few months. Zazen, if you can wait, I would, because the A7 IV will probably be a fantastic hybrid camera. So, yeah. See you, Steve Carpenter. Thank you very much. Hope you're doing well, my friend, and we'll see you again soon. Let's see. I'll see you tomorrow night, Steve. Insta360, you like the modularity, QWERTY? Yeah, the Insta360 is, the Insta360R is nice. The Insta360 X2, 1X2 is better for a 360 camera. The colors are better. It's better. I can't describe, like, it is better. Donzi, they use the 80-ish red cameras. Oh, yeah, okay. That makes more sense, Kevin. Thanks. I do like Arri. Oh, man, they look so nice. The Arri looks so good. Anyway. T-Sizzle. What lens would I take with me for hiking, backpacking if I have an A7C? Tamron 28-200. Oh, good. So then I would get the 17-28. And between the 17-28 and the 28-200, you're good to go. That's what I take with me 99% of the time is the 17-28 on my A7S III, and I film almost everything with it. So that's what I do because it's good for selfies and it's good for other stuff too. So yeah, that's what I would do. Jason, yeah, you're welcome. Richmond Ariels, thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate that. On that note, I'm going to close out the live stream and we'll be here same time, same place next week. And in the meantime, there'll be a video, maybe 2 coming out, but depends on how much time I can put together in editing. Friday, I'm going out to shoot some stuff. If everything works out the way it's looking right now, it should be really fun and really cool. And I'll be able to show you guys some really cool stuff. But until then, I'll say thank you for being here. Thanks for being part of this channel. And I really appreciate you all. Hope you're doing well. Be safe. And I'll see you again soon in the next video. Cheers, everybody.